Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to my YouTube channel or my podcast. I'm Will Caminada, the Multidimensional Guide, and I'm here to help you awaken, heal, and expand your consciousness. And today, I'll talk exactly about these three words that I always mention in the beginning of my videos: awakening, healing, and expanding. These are the three stages of the multidimensional journey, and I'll be talking about each of them in a series of 3 episodes. So in this episode, we'll focus on awakening. And before we start talking about the first stage, there are 3 very important things to remember. Number 1, this journey is non-linear. It's more of a spiral kind of journey rather than a straight line kind of journey. It's less of a from A to B journey and more of a A to B to C to A to C to B and so on. You get what I mean. Number 2, it's a cycle. From a macro perspective, it is a non-ending cycle because consciousness is infinite. From a micro perspective, we will go through these cycles several times in our lifetime. And the more we go through it, the more we peel off the layers that prevent us from accessing our essence. Therefore, the more we shine our light. Number 3, there is always a light and a shadow aspect to each stage, and I'll be covering these too. Having said that, let's get to stage 1, your awakening. In this stage, you're awakening from 3D, which is a limited perception of reality, into 4D, a more expanded version of your reality. You're realizing that there is more than the material world, and you're learning to reprogram your mind from the conditioning you've been immersed in all your life. You're becoming aware of your ego and learning tools to become more present and more observant of it. You're also becoming super interested in consuming more spiritual content such as books and podcasts, and you might also be eager to attend healing sessions, workshops, retreats, and etc. There is a mild shadow aspect to this too, which I'll talk about in a minute. This stage is usually preceded by the so-called dark night of the soul, which means a phase of rock bottom, pain, grief that can be triggered by a specific situation such as the death of a loved one, the loss of a dream job, an accident, or sometimes it may not be very clear, but you can tell that something within you has shifted. It's almost like a light switch. Now there is more light in the room, meaning you can see things from a broader perspective than before. The colors seem brighter and more vibrant. You feel invincible. You feel more love in your heart and for yourself and for others and for life. This is the light aspect of this stage. The shadow aspect of this stage is somewhere embedded in the light aspect. After the spiritual awakening, you may feel like life is going to be all light and glitter from now on. You may become overly identified with this newfound awareness because your ego always wants to keep you safe and in known territories. This is called spiritual bypass. Some people also call it spiritual ego or toxic positivity. Your ego is all about latching onto an identity. It will make you feel validated when you're doing all the things that you consider to be spiritual, like the things I mentioned earlier. Over consuming spiritual content, booking yourself into several sessions and trainings and retreats and all of that. But what your ego could be doing sneakily is it maybe keeping you in shallow waters, preventing you from actually going deeper. And this is when some people can get stuck in their multidimensional journeys. Now, you're probably wondering, how can I tell if I am spiritual bypassing? And I can go more in depth on this, but this is a topic for another episode, so let me know in the comments if you would like me to do a video about that. Some of you may be thinking, I had my awakening years ago, so I'm not in this stage anymore. But remember, I said that this journey is cyclical. I personally believe that awakening happens in waves, and most times your awakening starts happening way before you're even aware of such a thing. What I mean by that is that you may be only considering the big wave of your awakening, but before that, there were waves coming up which you weren't aware of. And after that big wave, there will be other waves, maybe even bigger. But the main difference is that now you're aware of it, you know you are in it. It's like you're going through another dark night of the soul, but now you're aware of it and now you have more tools to handle it. And moreover, you know what's coming next. This doesn't prevent you from feeling the pain. Awareness is not a quick fix for healing. It's just actually a better lens, which helps you to see things from a higher and a broader perspective. And speaking of healing, this is the next stage of the multidimensional journey, which is inevitable and crucial. In my 9-module program, The Multidimensional Self, I guide people through every stage of this multidimensional journey and beyond 5D. It's a journey through the 9 dimensions of consciousness, assisted by the wisdom of the Pleiadians, with lots of practice, support from me and the community, lots of healing and expansion through breathwork sessions. And you can apply to the program by clicking the first link in the description. I will be talking about stage 2 in the next episode, so make sure you subscribe to my channel or to my podcast to be notified when it's uploaded. And let me know in the comments, are you in the awakening stage? What was your awakening like? What has it been like? Feel free to ask me any questions about this in the comments, and in the meantime, you can watch these 2 videos. As always, keep shining your light, keep your heart open, and let love lead the way. I love you. See you in the next episode. Bye.